Welcome to the Wrestle Story. We discuss all things wrestling, the legends of the past, the superstars of the present, and the trailblazers of the future. We stream every Monday after Raw, every Wednesday after AEW and NXT, every Friday after SmackDown, and tonight was awesome.
Wow, honestly, tonight's show was pretty good. Not gonna lie, I kind of thoroughly enjoyed tonight's show. There were only maybe two things that I was really just meh about, but everything else was really good.
Tonight was awesome.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean,
the ending was awesome. I loved it. Loved it. Randy Orton is a heel now. Legitimate heel.
Definitely. 100%.
Not, he just comes out to the ring and does his thing. He's a legitimate heel.
I just have a couple questions, though. I have a couple things to say about it. But I think it was done very well.
Yeah, it was cool. The last hour stunk, except for the end. I didn't think it was bad.
No, I didn't either. I thought it was pretty good. I didn't really have a super huge problem with everything that happened.
Yeah. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to change our format just a little bit. We're going to go through each match.
Why you spoke so quickly? I don't think anybody has a clue what you just said.
We're going to go through each match. And then we will talk about, and then we can talk about each match as we go through. And then if we want to talk about other things at the end, we'll talk about other things at the end. But this way we get through the matches for people that come in to listen to the actual recap of the night. And then we'll talk about whatever anybody wants to talk about. And we'll talk about Andrade, too, as we get to him. I have thoughts on that, Scott.
Yes.
Thoughts.
Couple things. So, we start the show off with Drew. Drew comes out. He's here to pick his opponent for WrestleMania. He says he's convinced he's been dreaming for the last 24 hours because he can't believe it. Andrade is suspended. Just so we are clear there, Andrade is suspended.
Andrade is suspended. For 30 days.
Yes. So, he says he thinks he's been dreaming for the last 24 hours. He says, I know some people draw this out, but that's not my style. So, I challenge Brock Lesnar. That's who I'm challenging at WrestleMania. So I can tell you most of the boys in the back, they probably wouldn't be their pick. They probably wouldn't choose Brock Lesnar. Hey, in fact, most of them won't even go up to him. So, that's that. But I'm not like everybody that's back there. So, I challenge Brock Lesnar. So now, while I'm out here, I just want to, we're going to have a Claymore kick party up in here. So anybody who's willing to fight me, come on, bring it, bro. So Gallows and Anderson come out, they challenge him. And I'm just kind of like, y'all knew you weren't winning. You guys, Gallows and Anderson are nothing without AJ. Nothing. That was proven here tonight. They are nothing without AJ.
I have thoughts gaming with Karan. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Nothing.
The whole thing with Gallows and Anderson. What's it say about the tag team division?
They suck, but I'm just strictly talking about Gallows and Anderson. Gallows and Anderson, without AJ, they are nothing.
Well, I get that.
Nothing.
But it says that about the whole tag team division, because the tag team division is not good. If one of your big tag teams is getting beat by an individual, what's that say about your tag team division?
They suck.
It's terrible.
Yeah. So, Gallows and Anderson versus Drew McIntyre, it was about a 2-minute... Where's the thing? 2-minute match. and that was that.
Drew McIntyre is of Kings. Yeah.
So, cool. Drew won. And then Brock comes out of nowhere and F5s him into next week.
Yes. Next week.
And so...
F5'd into next week.
That was that. So, I don't mind that they had Brock come out and F5 him. Yeah, that came out right. I was like, wait a minute, did that make sense the way I just said that? It did. I'm okay. I am okay with them having Brock come out and F5 him.
Yeah, me too.
I think it just kind of makes sense.
Yeah. I think that you had to do something with that.
Yeah.
I hate Brock, but But I think the way they're building this storyline, I think it's going to be pretty cool.
It makes him not just seem like he's blowing it off that he was eliminated from the Rumble, like, and Drew picked him, you know?
Yeah.
So, it makes it seem like Brock cares some.
Yeah, I agree.
That he's actually going to take offense to this, that, hey, you eliminated me from the Rumble, and now you're going to pay.
Yep.
So, I think it makes Brock seem like he wants to be there.
Yes.
So,
I loved the way they ended the show, so, we'll get to that here in just a minute.
Yes. So, I'm going to sneeze, hold on.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Vic Joseph is an awesome commentator. I don't know why. I don't know what
happened to him. There's now Tom Phillips and Byron Saxton.
Yeah.
They took, his place, and I don't know why. None whatsoever. But hey, whatever, I suppose. So after that, we got Rey Mysterio versus MVP. This kind of shocked me. I wasn't expecting MVP to be on Raw. I want to know if this is
someone asked, did they sign MVP to
I don't know if they signed him. I don't think they did. I think this might have just been another, one-time thing because they're still in Texas. But, I don't know. Are they bringing him back? Wait, Jerry Lawler wasn't there? No, Jerry Lawler was there. He was still on commentary.
Yes.
It was still terrible. But
MVP is back, yes.
Byron, so. MVP is cool. I definitely was just thinking that, if they did, re-sign him and stuff, then, cool. Nope, he's going to be doing more dates with them. Okay, well, if that's the case, cool that MVP is back, but
So is it show to show, or does he actually have a contract?
I definitely wasn't expecting anything. I thought he was just going to be, a return in the Rumble. A one-time thing, and then he's gone.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. But hey, if he's back, cool. The way, I don't know who it was on commentary that said this comment, but
Congratulations on more Worst Saudi shows coming February 27th.
A part-time deal. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what the deal is with commentary. They are oh, well, MVP better watch out because Rey Mysterio is blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, they, made MVP sound, really old. And, I'm sitting here going, dude, MVP and Rey Mysterio, they're not, Rey Mysterio isn't,
Rey Mysterio isn't young.
No, and neither is, they're, the same age, right? Aren't they close to it? I would think. Because, somebody put up a picture, and it was, them wrestling back in, the 2000s. And I'm like, dude, he's not that old. So don't sit here and make it sound like he's older than dirt, Because Rey Mysterio isn't, Rey Mysterio's not young either. So, what do if you're going to pull that card, seriously. Makes no sense. Not at all.
There is less than a year's age difference between the two.
Exactly! So, what are they even talking about? What are they even talking about? They're only in their early 40s. That's young. But they were, making MVP sound like he's, so old.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dudes, they're, the same age.
MVP's 46 and Rey is 45.
Seriously, they're, the same age. So what are you even talking about?
How do I feel about Humberto turning heel? I will tell you in just a moment.
Just a moment, yeah. So, Rey Mysterio ends up getting the win. Cool, neat, whatever. Then we got Aleister Black versus a jobber. Okay. Aleister Black wins, per usual. He then gets on the mic and says, last night I got eliminated in the Royal Rumble. These last few months, I've made the mistake of waiting for people to pick a fight with me. So, now, locker room, you're on notice. I will now bring the fight to you. Mic drop. I'm glad he's deciding to
take the fight to people.
Wait for people.
Yes.
Let's go start your own feuds, bruh. For reals. So, I'm curious to see who's gonna be the first person that Aleister Black feuds with in this new series of I'm gonna go find people.
That's a good question.
Seth maybe, but because didn't Seth eliminate him from the Rumble last night?
Yeah, but I
Or
can't
was
see
it? It was kind of Seth and Murphy together.
I can't see him going after Seth right now.
I don't know.
Seth's in a feud with Kevin Owens.
Well, if he wanted to work with Kevin Owens, then I could see it happening.
Yeah. I mean, we'll...
But I don't know. So, does anybody else have any ideas of who Aleister Black's first feud might be? Because I really don't know. I mean, I think he'd have good feuds with anybody.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know for sure who they want to have
Taker versus Aleister Black.
next feud with.
That's how you end Taker's retirement. Hey, yeah, I mean, that'd be an okay one. I mean, I wouldn't have an issue with that one.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know who,
I don't know who
you
I
put
would
him
put
against.
him
I mean,
up
it's one of those things. I think you can put him against a lot of people.
For sure, I agree.
I mean, that's
100% agree. He'll have good matches with anybody. It's just a matter of who do they want to do first. I
suppose you could do like Shinsuke.
But he's on SmackDown.
Okay, so.
I don't know.
I suppose you could do Shinsuke.
Like
No Way Jose. That's it right there. Aleister Black is gonna feud with No Way Jose.
I mean, they could literally do anybody.
That's who it's gonna be.
If they want to do like Bobby Lashley or Shelton Benjamin or Rusev, like there's a whole bunch of like dudes that they could do singles feuds
No Way
with.
Jose.
But like, I don't know. I think doing Seth would probably make the most sense currently.
Probably.
Because of the fact that he was eliminated by him, right? I'm pretty sure he had something to do with him getting eliminated.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
The whole Taker thing would be cool. If he like called out Undertaker, that'd be cool.
So, after Aleister Black, we got Buddy and Seth. They come out, they talk a bunch about Royal Rumble last night and how they, lost. And then they call out Kevin and Joe for their match. Joe and Kevin come out. They ask where AOP is. Seth says, they're in the back, buddy. They're not coming out here because we don't need them to fight you two. So they're like, we don't believe you, okay? They're hiding around here somewhere because this is what you guys do, okay? We're not stupid. We know they're here. They then show a video.
We're not stupid. We know they're here.
They then show a video of AOP in the back. And they're like, we still don't believe you. And then he's like, okay, fine. Go ahead. Dude, Razor, Akam. I almost said them backwards. Like the different, whatever, you know what I mean?
We know who you're talking about.
So, he's like, say something. Say hi to Kevin. Say hi to Kevin. And he does. And so they're like, okay, cool. Cool. So they are back there. This is a live video. They are back there. Okay. So, this makes our job easy then. The Viking Raiders then attack them and attack AOP in the back. And so they're taken out. Then we get Buddy and Seth versus KO and Joe for the tag team championships. Joe got taken out of this match pretty early. I think it was like a legitimate injury thing. Like he Buddy wasn't close enough. He did a suicide dive out of the ring. Buddy was like over here, and Joe like came out, and then Buddy like moved slightly, and Joe just like went. And so I think he legitimately got like hurt, might have like concussed himself.
So we finally get AOP versus Vikings. Yes.
So I don't think Buddy was close enough when they did the suicide dive,
yeah, I don't know
which
what
is why
happened
he like
exactly.
fell. And so Joe was taken out of this match, and then Buddy and Seth won. Or maybe it was like a legitimate, like a not a legitimate thing, but just like a
planned thing.
A planned thing. So
a
then
legitimately
you can
planned thing.
Split up KO and Joe.
What's anybody else's thoughts? What do you think? Was that like legitimate? Was he legitimately hurt?
Because they had the real doctors at ringside. Like they had like the actual medical staff. So I feel like it might have been a legitimate thing where like, he actually concussed himself because Buddy wasn't in the right spot.
Might have.
That's what I'm kind of thinking. But could be wrong here. So Buddy and Seth retain their tag team championships. Like cool.
Becky's got to stop.
Well, lucky for you.
Becky's interview is next.
We got Becky next. Becky, she says, I have now beaten all those dopes in the locker room. Now, the next ass I kick won't be because I have to. It'll be because I want to. And then she gets asked about Charlotte winning the Royal Rumble, and she said, well, it's not the first time we've fought, but it will damn sure be the last.
The GOAT. No, not time soon.
I kind of thoroughly,
yes.
Love this Becky. Like, her being kind of cocky and arrogant and being like, yeah, I did beat everybody in the locker room. And
that's how they're going to have her get beat.
Like, you know, that's the way it is. Y'all are a bunch of dopes.
That's how they're going to have her get beat.
I
would say, but I'm saving it for the end.
I can't believe I thought that I couldn't beat Asuka. But hey, I did. And I'm the greatest of all time now. I kind of love this. It adds another dimension to a character, and I think it's really interesting, and it'll be really cool to see where they go with this from here, and what they do.
Yeah, I'm interested to see where they go with it.
So, then we get Andrade versus Humberto Carrillo for the U.S. title.
Humberto went heel.
Guys, oh boy. So, Humberto wins via DQ. Zelina ends up breaking up the pin. Except she's not the GOAT.
Yes.
Except, bro, hold on.
Bro.
It's all part of her character.
Yeah.
Just calm yourselves. Calm yourselves! Please and thank you. Zelina ends up breaking up the pin. And then Humberto snaps and puts Andrade through the floor. I now understand why they did this.
Well,
because Andrade got suspended.
Well, yeah, they're going to play like he's hurt and he can't wrestle for like 30 days.
It makes more sense now, because I was kind of like, well, why do this? Why didn't Zelina, help him? You know, like, you idiot. Why didn't you? You're, sitting there bawling your eyes out. Like, why didn't you help him? You could have hurricanranaed him, and, it would have been great. But no, you just stood there. So, it makes more sense now as to why they did it this way. I can understand them not wanting to put the title on.
I'm curious as to why he's suspended. I mean, I know it's the wellness thing, and I'm sure he probably did some sort of drugs or something, but... So wait, Andrade is U.S. champ, so what happens to the U.S. title? I'm guessing they're just not going to have it defended for 30 days.
Yeah, the U.S. title will probably just not be on.
That's my guess.
Which, in all honesty, I'd rather have that than have it on Humberto. Because I don't want to see the U.S. title on Humberto. I don't understand how Humberto got this.
I mean, you get that.
I don't understand how Humberto got this match in the first place, but...
What, Cien Almas is suspended? Yes. I'm guessing they did this match because of the suspension.
Probably, because they needed some way to write him off TV.
And rather
without
than
making it all weird and having him just not show up.
Well, and trying to get Humberto over a little bit. This way, he's just off for 30 days, and it wasn't any big name where, you expect Andrade to come back and, get revenge on whoever, hurt him.
Personally, like I said, I prefer this over putting the title on Humberto.
If I was WI, I just released him. That was back then. It's different now. Yeah, generally they give them 2 or 12 chances to clean themselves up.
But I personally would just I like them doing this instead of putting the title on Humberto because, first off, like I said, I don't understand how Humberto got this match in the first place. Literally. He fought for the U.S. title. He lost. He fought for the U.S. title again. He lost. He fought for the U.S. title again. He lost. He disappeared off TV for a month, comes back, gets a shot at the U.S. title. For what reason? No clue. He lost again. Gets another shot at the U.S. title, and he lost again. I don't understand how he continuously is getting these U.S. title matches. It just makes no sense.
Steroids is back in wrestling. Do you see how muscular Edge is? I don't know if I'd say that. Because I think you can get muscular without... I mean, Edge looks muscular as far as, it's not a thick muscular. No. You know what I mean? It's defined. Mm-hmm. And there's a difference between being defined and being, steroid muscular.
Yeah.
And so, I don't think that he's taking steroids. That's what I was gonna say. Is I think he focused on working out and getting cut, rather than the steroid way. But Andrade, I'm not sure why he's suspended, Jono, other than the wellness. I'm guessing he took some sort of drugs.
Well, or maybe not, because there have been times where, like, the superstars have said, like, you can't take certain types of, like, pain medication and stuff or whatever, like, for, like, a simple headache.
Drugs.
Or whatever.
Yeah, drugs.
So, like, which is, like,
drugs.
Messed up and weird. But, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, or he took drugs.
Or that, I mean, whatever.
Because the phone company is not that good.
I don't know.
Android is suspended because the phone company is not that good. Yeah, I'm guessing that's why it's some sort of drugs. I don't know what, but I'm guessing that's what it is. Humberto should just turn heel. You know, he might. I don't know if it'll help his career just because he doesn't get any type of pop from the crowd. Like, the crowd just doesn't seem to be into him. I mean, why? I don't know. But they're just not into him. So.
Yeah. That's true.
So up next.
So, have an angle where it's vacated, have a tournament, and it's Super Showdown. Have the finalists face off and have someone like Aleister win, and then Andrade comes back and he's Aleister. Boom.
You an Android fan or an iPhone? I have iPhones. I just liked how they work with everything. But we have a lot of Mac stuff, so.
Yeah.
I'll give you my opinion at the end.
Do you think he would get a reaction if he goes to NXT? Okay, so this is not my idea. 100% not my idea. But I was listening to Fightful earlier today, and they talked about sending him to NXT and pairing him up with his cousin, Angel Garza.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And see and hope that some of that star power, just because, you know, standing there next to Angel Garza and all of that, hopefully some of that just transfers to him because he needs it.
Well, it's a different crowd.
It is, but he needs something different. Even if he goes down to NXT the way he is currently, if he was to go like singles, I don't think it's gonna get any better.
Crowd. The stuff he can do, he would draw a pop out of.
But I don't care.
A lot of the NXT crowd.
I think putting him with Angel Garza in a tag team would be such a great idea because Angel Garza no longer has the Cruiserweight Championship, and Angel Garza is like. He's got it all. So I think part of that would like maybe hopefully like rub off on Humberto.
Humberto turns heel. He needs a new hairdo, and character. Let's see, and a new theme and a new valet. Boom, and well, geez, he just needs to be about 2 feet taller and 140 pounds heavier.
I didn't know Angel Jesus' cousin. I didn't either until I listened to Fightful today, and then I found that out. So. Yes. I mean, but honestly, I think it would work, though. If you send him down there and have him do a tag team thing, hope some of that star power rubs off on him.
He would get a better pop out of being in NXT than he is on the main roster. I'm not sure why he's on the main roster.
Because he was on 205 Live, and they moved him over from there.
Yeah,
that's
which is why I'm saying, though, is they should have just moved him to NXT and build him up.
To each their own. So after this we get Charlotte! Charlotte comes out. She shows highlights from last week. Highlights from last week. Last night. Jeez, I read that wrong.
Yes.
Highlights from last night at the Royal Rumble when she won. She then says, at WrestleMania, I will challenge for a championship. I haven't decided what I want to do yet, but I will challenge for a championship. No. She never specified what championship she will defend. Go after. Yeah. Well, I'm going to go back to that in just a minute. Asuka and Kairi then come out. Asuka says if she was in the Women's Royal Rumble, she would have won. Charlotte then says, is that a challenge? Asuka and Kairi then attack her. We then get Asuka versus Charlotte. Kairi gets involved. She hits the elbow off the top rope, and then she proceeds to beat up on Charlotte.
Hello, James.
Charlotte then combats it, and Kairi gets the crap kicked out of her. So that was cool. Okay. 2 ideas here. 1, Charlotte puts her WrestleMania opportunity on the line in a match against Asuka.
Okay.
2, she goes after not the Raw Women's Championship, not the SmackDown Women's Championship, maybe possibly the NXT Women's Championship. Sorry, the NXT Championship, my bad. Or the US or IC title. Maybe even the women's tag belts. She never specified what championship she's going after. She said she's going after a championship. That can legit mean anything.
She's going after the UC or US title or the IC title.
With the way they're building this,
we're gonna have an intergender match, and she's gonna wrestle. You know, she's gonna wrestle.
Imagine that she wrestles Andrade at WrestleMania.
She's gonna wrestle for the US title or which I think would be interesting.
Honestly,
she's gonna wrestle for the US title or she's gonna wrestle for the IC title.
Which would be so much better than her wrestling for the Raw Women's or the SmackDown Women's, because then you can have 2 separate feeds there, and it would be so great. Now, I could also see it being the tag titles if she recruits a tag partner. I could see it being the tag titles with the way Asuka and Kyrie are there currently. And they're kind of in her way. I know we are only one night out from the Rumble. I get that.
I'm telling you what is going to happen. She's going after either the U.S. or the Intercontinental title.
Which I think would be really cool.
Think about it. Vince doesn't like to be outdone. He doesn't like the fact that when someone else gets big pop over him or his company. So guess what's going to happen? There's going to be, she is going to go after the title, and I would not be shocked if she didn't win.
I think she would win. Then she gets another accomplishment in her book. I mean, that's for sure.
Nia Jax is better facing males than women.
Honestly, I think that's why they'd probably do it with her, just to add another accomplishment to her book. Which
well, I think that they would do that. But
not only winning the Royal Rumble, but then turning around, making history in WWE, and her being the first, intercontinental, champion that's been a woman, or first U.S. champion that's been a woman, that would be another accomplishment to add to her book, and I feel like she would be the person to do that.
Well, not only that, but she could match up against some of those guys as far as size.
Honestly, I think having her go after the U.S. title would be really interesting.
I think you're going to see it. I think it's going to happen. I think you're going to see...
Guys, book it. Let's book it right now. Andrade versus Charlotte at WrestleMania for the U.S. title. That would be so sick. Honestly, I'm kind of down for that, though.
That's if he doesn't get suspended for longer.
Because, who else is going to hold the U.S. title at Mania? Who else could be the U.S. champion? Rey Mysterio? No.
I'm telling you that...
Andrade! Let's do it. Andrade and Charlotte in a match together.
Vince
that would be
doesn't like to be outdone. He likes to be the first at everything, and he wasn't the first at this. And now he's going to make sure that he puts, his mark on, everything by having her win.
That would be so cool,
the U.S. title or the...
Because it'd be a total twist from what everybody was thinking. Everybody was, complaining, oh, no, we're going to get another Becky and Charlotte match. Wah, 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 wah. No, they can flip it and totally do something different with the fact that she came out tonight and said, I'm going to be in a championship match. I'm going to challenge for a championship. Not specifying whether it's a men's championship, or a women's championship. She just said a championship. So, it really does make me think that she's challenging for the U.S. or the IC title.
Yeah.
Which I think is really cool, and I think it'd be really fun.
Yeah.
So, we then get the Street Profits. They're essentially just running down what, the rest of the show is going to be. And then Kelly shows up, and she's hanging out there, too.
Why are the Street Profits not doing anything?
I don't know, because they don't have anything for them. They have nothing for them.
Why did they bring them up?
I don't know. To be the hype men of Raw.
They've had, 5 matches?
Yep, totally.
Total?
They weren't even in the Royal Rumble.
In 4 months?
They weren't even in the Royal Rumble, guys.
Or 3 months, or however long they've been out?
Weren't even in the Royal Rumble.
Again, it's another wasted talent. Moving back to NXT.
Wasted. So, we then get a 24/7 championship match. Say what? Can't believe this. Mojo Rawley.
Like a legitimate 24/7.
Like a legitimate 24/7 championship match.
Not I'm going to pin you in the backyard.
No. We got Mojo Rawley with his new bodyguard, Riddick Moss. Yes. He legit came out, guys. No joke. He came out and said, I'm not going to hide from anybody. I'm gonna like defend my championship and I'm not gonna hide, but now he's hiding behind this like bodyguard.
I'm not gonna hide behind him, but I got a bodyguard.
I find it so funny. I'm just waiting for Moss to pin him and take the title, and then I'll be like, for reals, bruh? You were supposed to be my bodyguard.
Yes.
I can't believe this. So he's fighting No Way Jose.
He fought the #1 contender, No Way Jose.
Mojo
BRB.
wins.
All right.
Cool. I liked it.
I thought it was a cool segment.
Mojo wins. Truth pins him. Mojo wins it back.
I just think it's funny that they had him fight No Way Jose.
I don't know.
Because we know No Way Jose is like, all about those championships. I'm actually going to move the camera here just a little bit.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Bop, bop, bop. Yeah, that's fine.
That's better.
Didn't need to have it all the way over here.
Well, now I'm feel like I'm in the picture. Hello. There.
No, but I don't love this. I don't understand the 24/7 stuff anymore. It's not funny unless it's on Truth.
Why does the 24/7 stuff still a thing? Does anyone genuinely find that funny anymore? Depends on who's winning it. Right now, no.
I don't find it funny. The only time it's
Thoughts
funny...
on Becky's new jacket? I have to get it. I haven't seen it. Have you seen it?
Yeah, it's the one with the goat on it. It has a goat on it.
Well, I haven't paid attention.
You didn't pay attention to that segment?
I don't care.
No, I don't think it's going to be a jacket that's for sale because I'm pretty sure somebody painted it for her. That's like where she gets all her jackets.
Yeah.
There's a fan that paints them and brings them to meet and greets.
Oh, that's cool.
She wears them.
Gotcha.
It's really cool. She also, the lady that does them, she also takes pictures. And people are like, why has WWE not hired you yet? Because, your pictures are amazing.
Cool.
They're really cool.
Charlotte's going after the U.S. title or not the NXT. This U.S. title or the IC title.
Yes.
Just saying.
So, I don't like the 24/7 stuff. I'm not a fan of it unless Truth has the title and it's like, no, but this is not cool. This isn't funny anymore. I like it better when it's just like Truth fighting over the championship with Drake Maverick. That's when it was funny. Since then, it's just kind of falling off the map and it kind of sucks now.
It will.
I really just don't like it, and I don't understand why we're still making it a thing.
Yeah, I don't.
Yes. So then we get a recap of
my favorite segment of the night.
Liv and Lana.
Yes. Liv and Lana. My favorite segment.
Yes.
Of the night. Kimber Last Kicker, Maven.
Yeah,
that's her name.
She does photos in cool jackets.
Cool.
With them, so. Recap of Liv and Lana. Who cares? We then get Liv Morgan and Lana in a literal 2-minute match. Okay. What does this do for Liv? I don't understand.
What does this do?
Ooh, why did we bring Liv back for this? In this segment, why did we do this? Why did we bring Liv back for this?
Well, I thought they were going to bring her back to have her be nuts and crazy and everything else, and now they just brought her back for this stupid segment.
I don't know what the point of this was. I don't know why she's still fighting Lana. I don't even know why.
Because they're not even making her crazy or anything.
I don't even know what the story behind this is. We've had no story behind this whatsoever. It was just she came back with I can't believe you're doing this, Lana.
And no, I'm not talking to you, Bobby.
What are you doing? But then she, ripped her head off. But now it's there's not even any backstory as to, why she's doing any of this.
No.
At all. It was just that one segment. And, Lana's not saying anything. All Lana cares about is, my hot husband, Bobby Lashley, and my stupid ex-husband, Rusev. And, I don't understand this. It just makes no sense.
I'm with you. I don't understand it. I don't know why they're doing it that way.
The whole thing that I don't understand is, there is no backstory as to why Liv Morgan is involved in this at all.
No.
There's nothing. This is what I was mad about the second week after the whole wedding thing happened. There was no explanation. You were like, oh, just give it a minute. It'll tell you. I mean, the wedding segment was only last week. And I'm sitting here going, bruh, why was she involved?
Yeah,
There is no reason as to why she's involved. We had no backstory. There's been nothing, which is why this makes no sense to me. And this is why I'm questioning, why did we bring her back for this? Because this makes no sense. I swear to you, please, just let them be trying to, hold off until Ruby Riott can come back, and then they have some, like, feud between the two of them, or something that makes sense in some capacity. Because this doesn't.
No, it doesn't. When it happened, I wanted to see where they were going to go with it. I thought they were going to have her just be crazy. Nah, it's just a stupid storyline.
No, it's not even just a stupid storyline. We don't even know what the story is. It's just they're fighting for what reason? We don't know because they didn't tell us the reason.
Well, I'm assuming that she loved her. And she was upset because... But
maybe not. Maybe she just got upset and mad at Lana and yelled, "How could you do this to me today? I can't believe you," because the sky was blue outside. I mean, that could be the reason, too.
Who knows?
We have no reason.
If that's the case, then we have the crazy angle going.
We have no reason as to why she did any of this, and none of it makes sense to me, and I don't get it. So Rusev...
Maybe AEW needs your creative. You're so good at it.
Thanks. I think WWE needs my creative, because they're not...
No.
This makes no sense. So...
I don't think AEW's done a bad job on it.
Rusev and Bobby are banned from ringside. Liv ends up getting the win. Like I said, this is like a literal 2-minute match. Makes no sense to me whatsoever why we're still doing this. If anybody has any thoughts, any reason as to why this is still happening, I just need to know because I'm clueless.
Yeah. No clue.
Clueless.
No clue why it's happening.
So we then get Erick Rowan versus a jobber. Oh boy.
When do we get to see what's in there?
I don't know. I thought we were going to get to see what was in there at the Royal Rumble, but apparently not because Rowan lasted a total of 2 seconds, and so I don't know.
Are we going to see it at Mania?
I don't know, but honestly, at this point, I really don't care.
Are y'all ready for Dakota to destroy Tegan Wednesday night? We'll see, James. We'll see.
I really just don't care what's in Rowan's cage anymore.
I don't know the point of this. I mean, they're drawing this out so long that...
It just, at this point, I don't care.
I don't think a lot of people care.
So, I don't know what the purpose of continuing this is. Like, Rowan won. All Rowan is doing is fighting jobbers. He's not even fighting any, like, actual people on the division. Like, there's nothing. But, like, I mean...
You're right to have Lana versus Liv Morgan happen, but build it for a heel. Ruby Riott, nice. Yeah, I mean, they need to do something.
I mean, I think that would make more sense to me if they're just trying to, like, hold off till Ruby is, like, ready to come back. But, like, even then, like, why did you bring Liv back this soon if that's what you're waiting for?
Oh, who knows?
Like, I really don't know.
I don't understand the whole segment.
Like, if we look at last year, at this point in time, we were getting ready for,
what's
like...
in the cage. I did for a while, James. But I'm at a point right now where I don't care what's in the cage.
Like, it's really sad to look at, like, last year what they were doing with Liv and you know, Ruby was still there because Ruby wasn't injured. But, you know, she was, like, getting ready to fight Ronda Rousey at the Elimination Chamber and stuff. And, like, at least they had, like, something that would make, like, this cohesive and make sense. And now Liv is just, like, what are they doing with Liv? Where's the rest of the Riot Squad? Well, they're not a thing anymore. So... It's just like, what is happening?
Yep.
So, I don't care about Rowan anymore either. I don't care about Liv and Lana anymore. It all just kind of goes together.
Yeah. All of it goes together. They're all the same.
It all goes in the column of, I no longer care. So, like, I mean, I don't know, man. So, after this, we get Edge.
Awesome.
Live.
This segment was awesome.
I thoroughly enjoyed this segment. I just have a couple questions, which I will get to as...
Yes, no, could be, for sure, and I doubt that'll happen.
I just have a couple questions as to...
I just answered them. Gleen, how many women matches happened on Raw? Let me hear it, because Becky's... So, yeah. What was there, 2? One,
2.
2. And 3 promos?
Yeah.
So, 2 women's matches and 3 promos. Hey, thanks for the follow.
Yes, thank you so much.
How's it going?
So, we get Edge live. Edge live.
Nope.
Edge live. This segment was really good.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed this.
Yeah.
So, we
awesome
have
segment
Edge. We have Edge.
Yeah.
He comes out. He says, the reaction I got, you have no idea what it means to me. Is why we do this. So, thank you.
Yeah.
Then he said, let's address the elephant in the room. How am I standing here? 9 years ago, I was medically disqualified from ever doing this again. I refused to live in a world of what-ifs. Over the years, I started to feel pretty good. Man, I'm getting chills reading it. Whoo! Garbage.
James, we talked about Becky's promo.
It says, over the years, I started to feel pretty good. And I asked myself, what if? What if I come back home? It says, I got to work, I got a second surgery, and I worked my ass off so I could step back in here and end my career on my terms. I was in the Rumble, and I saw some old faces, and I also saw some new faces. Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, and hey, even Matt Riddle. Hopefully, I'll see you boys down the road. Randy Orton then comes out. Randy and Edge hug it out. And then Randy says, you're my family. And last night, feeling that energy was so special. You asked, what if? I got a what if for you. What if Rated RKO gets back together one more time? Edge stands there looking like he's thinking about it.
Clark.
He stands there looking like he's thinking about it. And then Randy Orton RKO's him. And I'm sitting there going,
yeah, I didn't sit there and do that. I went, yes!
No, you went, yes. I was kind of sitting there in shock because
I was like, this is awesome.
He had me going.
This is awesome.
I thought at first when he came out that he was just going to, I thought he was just going to come out and RKO him. But no.
If they hate Seth Rollins, he's doing his job.
He had me going for a minute because I really thought that Rated RKO was going to get back together for just a split second. And then he RKO'd him, and I was like, and then he pulled out a chair, and he hit him in like the back with the chair, and I'm like, dude. And then he got him set up, got his head stuck in the chair, and it looked like he was gonna stomp on. He got in the second rope, and it looked like he was gonna stomp on his face. The crowd went nuts, not in a good way. They booed Randy Orton. There were people screaming, yelling. They were like, no, do not do this. We will physically hop this gate here, and we will kill you with our bare hands.
You
okay,
can't
there's a lot of us.
That's exactly what I said.
There are a lot of us, and we will come, and we will kill you, Randy. Do not do this, okay? Don't do it. Don't you dare do it. He got off the second rope, pulled the chair off of his head. He then went outside again, looked like he might have been leaving, but he grabbed 2 chairs. He comes back and he sticks Edge's head down on the one, and he smashed down his head with the other. And the crowd went nuts again, and I'm sitting there going,
the true legend killer is back. I loved it.
Okay.
I loved it. I loved it.
The question I have here, which I saw a couple people on Twitter saying the same thing. I love the segment. I think this was great, and I like the way you do this because this gets a lot of heat on Randy Orton. A lot of heat on Randy Orton. But the question I had was, why not do this with a younger talent to get them, over and get them with like some type of reaction?
Because
and
you're not going to do it.
Okay, but I understand why they did this because Randy Orton and Edge, they have history of Rated RKO, and they had us going thinking Rated RKO was going to get back together. They totally had us going. But like to me, and I like I said, a couple other people put out tweets saying this, like, it would have made more sense to have a younger talent.
No.
Okay, can you let me finish? It would have made sense to have a younger talent do this because they would have got, no matter who came out there and did it, they were going to get the same reaction. If they had gone and smashed Edge's head in, they would have gotten the same reaction because Edge is the big thing. Edge returning was something that no one ever thought was going to happen. Never. Never in a million years would anybody be sitting here going, oh my gosh, Edge is going to return. And then he did, and it was the most shocking thing ever.
The story is not the same.
I totally get that.
Somebody else, the story is not the same.
I I totally understand that because we have the rated RKO thing, but to me, like I said, I can see why people are saying, wouldn't it make sense to have a younger talent, someone who isn't like established to do this, you know? Wouldn't it make sense? Because then they'd be the most hated person in all of WWE.
No.
And I can understand why people are saying that.
You tie the story into it, you use the storyline, and you go with it. I was not a huge Randy Orton fan. Those of you that have watched us on our show know I was not a Randy Orton fan. I am now a Randy Orton fan. He is a legitimate heel, and he might be one of the few legitimate heels right now in WWE. He might be one of the few legitimate heels in wrestling.
I'm not a Randy Orton fan. This doesn't change my mind on Randy Orton.
I am
still
now.
Don't like him.
Tell you what, the way his whole gimmick, the whole thing, what he does, and the way he did it tonight, it was like, okay, I want to be your buddy. I want to be your partner. Let's hug. Let's go. Let's become friends here. Let's be buddies. And then the RKO thing, and then it's like he's like sitting there and he's like contemplating with himself, should I do this or shouldn't I? Should I or shouldn't I? And the look on his face is like, I don't know if I should do this. Should I do it or not? I don't know. And then you think when you think he's done, after he does the chair thing where he doesn't like step on it with the chair with his head in the middle of the chair, the back of the chair and the seat. When you think he's done, and you think he's leaving the ring, he goes back, grabs 2 more chairs, and then hits him again. This was awesome.
I'm not denying that. I'm totally agreeing with you on that. This segment was done very well, and it does make Randy Orton the most hated person in all of WWE.
You
100%.
have a legitimate heel.
But like I said, I can see why other people on Twitter are saying, why would you not do this with a younger talent? Because regardless of what you did, I get the story with Randy Orton, and I 100% agree with it, and I like what they did. I don't have a problem with it, but I can understand why there are some people on Twitter going, why would you not have a younger talent come out and do it?
It doesn't have the same effect.
Which I get, and I understand, but I can understand why they're saying, why not have a younger talent come out?
This is for effect.
Which, okay, I get the effect. The effect is, Randy Orton, you want him to be the most hated. I got it. I get it. There's a story there. But I can understand why people are saying, why would you not have a younger talent come out? Because regardless of who did it, they already have a story with Edge and Randy Orton. Yes, they do. They 100% have one.
Here's the
but
issue
if you had a newer, younger talent come out and say, you didn't even have to, they could just come out and be like, yes, Edge, you were my hero. You were my hero. You were the reason I got into this business. And they just, like, kick the crap out of him and beat him up. That would have made that person so terribly hated, too. So, I can understand why people are saying, why didn't they have a newer, younger talent do it?
I love
to get them more established.
I love it.
I can 100% understand why people are saying that. But like I said, I'm cool with what they did because they do have the storyline already there from everything that happened.
Anybody that complains about this and having Randy Orton do this,
it's not even people complaining. They're just throwing out other ideas and like
that they should have had younger talent doing this. You know, it's not like Randy Orton is 95 years old.
No, but Randy Orton has done everything.
Doing his thing,
and Randy Orton isn't... sorry, to me, Randy Orton's not the greatest in the world. I don't like Randy Orton. I don't find him entertaining. I
haven't found him to be entertaining either. I've told you. You've heard me talk about on here. But he's methodical. And the reason I don't like him is because he's methodical and slow and the way he does his things. Tonight, because of his character, the way he does things, I think tonight was excellent and fit his character like to a T. It was slow, methodical, and people were like, whoa, that was like out of the blue. And if you throw somebody younger in there, you do not get the same effect. Sorry, don't care. Don't care who it was. You're not going to have the same effect as what you do with having Orton do this.
But you could have had the same effect. Do what I literally just said. You have the dude come out and say, Edge, you were my hero. You are the reason I got into this business. You are why I do this. You were my hero.
Okay, that doesn't
have the same effect. And I am so glad that you are back. And I'm so glad
Sorry, man.
that this had happened. Okay?
The thing is with this, is if
you could have 100%
done
that and then had him turn on him so quick.
So you have someone come out and tell you, well, you were my hero, and then all Edge has to do is go, you lying. I was never your hero. Don't lie to me. You're so full of it.
Edge was out there, not necessarily.
But with the way they did this, there was a connection there between the two of them. They were together.
They were together. Yeah, they were a tag team, but they broke up before.
Okay, but the point I'm making is there was a history with them.
I get that. What have I literally been saying for the last 10 minutes? I get it. There's a history between them, and I like the storyline. And I like the storyline, and I get it. But the people that are sitting here saying they could have done it with a younger talent, I agree with that too. Because I think they could have done it with a younger talent. I am cool with either or.
They could have done it with a turd in a bucket too.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, now you're just making a joke out of the whole thing,
You don't have the same effect as what you have with Randy Orton doing it. Someone younger doesn't have the same punch as an established character. People would be asking, where did this rivalry come from? Young dude wasn't even born yet when Edge was the thing.
Okay, so what? Then we're gonna sit here and say,
That's
all right,
point,
the only thing Edge is gonna do, the only thing now that Edge is back, the only thing he's gonna do is fight people he's already fought. He's gonna fight Randy Orton. He's gonna fight this dude. He's gonna fight that dude. All right, cool. Then Edge can just leave. If we're not gonna put him in any new feuds with any new people, awesome.
He's been back for 2 days.
I get it. Totally get that.
Where are you getting?
But like,
well, all he's gonna do is fight Randy Orton.
But if that's what we're gonna sit here and say is, oh well, why are we gonna? Why would you have him fight anybody who wasn't an established character? That's not even what I'm saying, bro. I'm not even saying it needs to be some random dude off the street who comes in and says, oh my God, Edge, you were my hero. I love you so much, and then stabs him in the stomach. That's not even what I'm saying here. I'm talking about some dude like Ricochet, or some dude like a Matt Riddle, or some dude like a Keith Lee. Somebody like that could have come in who they're established, but they're not, they're not Randy Orton, okay? They could have come in and said, you were my hero. You are the reason I am in this business. You are the reason, okay? You are the reason. And then they could have stabbed him in the back, and I think that would have been great too. I'm cool with what they did. I'm not trying to say what they did was bad. But I'm just saying, for the people that are on Twitter going, I think they could have used younger talent. I agree with that too. I think both would have worked out, and I think both would have gotten the same reaction.
I don't think so.
Well, difference of opinion, bud.
Don't think so. I don't think so.
So,
I don't know, but he looked like he sucks at wrestling. He's on the roster.
Nah, he's on NXT.
He's on NXT. I think he's on...
Nah, he's on NXT.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because I thought when you were going through that roster thing, he was on there.
He might have been added to it, but he was just on NXT. They might have added him tonight. But he was on NXT.
Right there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's added now.
He's on the Raw roster.
But legit, looking at the roster, they could have had Ricochet come out. They could have had, anybody.
They should have had Vince McMahon come out.
That's what I'm saying.
Akira Tozawa could have came out and said, "You're my hero, and I'm gonna kick you in the stomach." And then I would have went, "Okay, why?"
Oh. Okay. Why did Randy Orton come out?
Nobody's talking about bringing in random dudes off the street.
That's all I'm saying, is I agree with the people on Twitter. I like what they did, but I agree with the people on Twitter too. Can I not do that? Is that not okay?
But the people on Twitter complain about everything. You have a legitimate... Here's the thing. You finally have a legitimate heel.
You could have had a legitimate heel made out of somebody else.
No, you wouldn't have.
Yeah, no. You want to try me? You want to try me, bro?
Yeah, bro.
Dude, I swear to you, if they had some baby face come out like a Ricochet, he comes out and he goes, Edge, you're my hero. I love you so much. You were the greatest of all time, and I love you, and I'm so glad you're back. Okay? So glad you're back.
Exactly. He could take us all the way to WrestleMania.
And then went, punched him in the throat, everybody would have been like, Ricochet! What did you do that for, bro?
This was done for a reason, because the effect is there.
Okay, I got that. I'm not denying that, but I'm saying they could have had some babyface dude from Raw come out.
Okay.
Make a big heel turn, and it could have been excellent too. That's all I'm saying. Did anybody care,
or has anybody cared about Humberto Carrillo and what he did to Andrade tonight?
No,
Nope.
because Humberto Carrillo
Don't
doesn't
care.
do jack squat. Okay?
Don't care
he
about
doesn't. Does somebody like a Ricochet?
Excuse me. I don't.
I keep going back to Ricochet
about
here.
anything on Twitter.
Ricochet could have been cool. You could have had him do a major heel turn like that. Bad guy, 100%. Doesn't matter what he does from here. You beat the crap out of Edge, you're done for.
Okay.
Could have done that with Ricochet. It could have been cool. Everybody would have been like,
What kind of pop has Ricochet got since he's come in? None. Really, for the most part, he has no pop.
okay, I don't care. They could have given him pop. That's what I'm legit saying
No,
here.
I don't think so.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever, because this is a sucky idea, and Randy Orton is the be-all and end-all of heels, and he will only be the greatest heel since sliced bread for the rest of eternity. Because Randy Orton is the gold standard for heels. Yep.
I don't think I said that.
Yay!
I think you haven't listened to a word I said. I said I'm not a huge fan of Randy Orton. I have not been a fan
I
of Randy
100%
Orton.
agree with that.
No, you have not, but you haven't listened to anything I said. This was excellent. The way they did this was excellent.
Did I say it was bad the way they did it?
Perfect. I don't want to see Ricochet versus Edge. What kind of storyline comes with it? That's what I'm saying. What, you were my hero. Now I'm going to kick you in the head.
Well, whatever. I mean, I don't think when people sit here and say, you know, they could have used some newer, younger talent.
Maven.
I don't think that would have been a problem. But hey, whatever.
I think
Randy
you have
Orton.
to build the younger talent.
Randy Orton's cool. Whatever.
Into situations like that, and they're not. The problem is WWE doesn't build any of that. That's what I'm telling you. There is no line drawn between a heel and a face. We can sit here and say Brock Lesnar is a heel. No, people just hate him. It isn't about being a heel. It's the fact that people just hate Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, because people just dislike Brock Lesnar. Because he's never there. They don't dislike Brock Lesnar.
That's what I'm saying,
because
though.
he's
It's
a
not
heel.
because he's a heel.
We don't
it's because
dislike.
they don't like
we don't dislike Baron Corbin because he's a heel. We dislike Baron Corbin because of how much he's on TV. Okay.
Unless you put tag. Twitter is full of whiny babies. Just saying.
Okay.
Mrs.
All
G,
right.
it's maybe a way, or you can hit the highway.
It's not what I'm saying here. I'm just saying I can understand where the people on Twitter are saying, "Hey, baby, you know."
And I would argue again. I would argue with any of them. I would say
We
okay.
could have made somebody a huge star tonight in the sense of they're the biggest heel since sliced bread, but they didn't, and they chose Randy Orton, which I don't have a problem with that either.
Okay, but you have.
They have a storyline there,
history
which
here. You
I
have
get,
the
and I understand that. But that's what I'm
It's
saying,
already
though.
there.
They could have made something brand new.
This was.
They could have started from scratch and made something
This
brand
was
new with somebody, and
excellent.
that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I am done.
I love the way they did this. It was awesome.
I'm not arguing that.
Finally, we have a heel.
I
A
think the way
legitimate
they did
heel.
it was great. All I'm saying is I think
At least Randy Orton.
if they wanted to switch it out and put somebody else in Randy Orton's
Exactly.
place, I think they could have. And I think they could have made a huge, huge star out of somebody new. But, you know, Randy Orton, because they had a story with it, which I get.
The problem with Keith Lee is if there's any thoughts of having him go for the title, like, I think you have to build him as a face. And if you have him come out and do that to Edge, then I think you kind of mess that up.
Oh, what? Say that again.
But the Keith Lee has to be a face because I think they're building him up to go for the title.
What title?
Universal title or the the Raw or SmackDown titles, whatever.
Except
He's eventually going to move over and he's going to be going for one of those, and that's what they're building up for him. Is whether it's him versus Brock, him versus Drew. That's what they're building up.
Okay, but then you need a heel in that scenario.
Brock is your heel.
Oh, but if it's Drew? Drew is...
Drew might be a heel by then.
Well, I mean...
The only reason the only reason Drew right now is a face is why?
Because the people like him. Because I like him.
Okay, but what has he done?
He's been more himself.
What else?
He's been more himself. I don't know what
Okay,
else to say.
but we knew exactly what they were going to do. We knew they were building him up.
Okay, if you're going to sit here and say
building him up.
He's a
They were
face now
building him
because
up.
he eliminated Brock from the Rumble.
No,
I'm
I'm not
laugh in
talking
your
about the
face.
Rumble. I'm talking about a couple weeks before any of that. We knew they were building him up for what?
To beat Brock.
To beat Brock.
Okay.
So when you're building him up to beat Brock, of course he's going to be the face.
Before that.
Really?
Yes. How long has he been a face?
How?
For the last 2 months?
How?
3 months? He's been...
Legitimately, what has he done to be a face?
He's been more himself and has gotten himself more over with the crowd. It's had nothing to do with the fact that
Okay, but again, I said there's a fine line
Part
between
of the
being a
fact
face
here-
and being a heel. Depends on who you're going against.
Okay, well, you know who he's going against for 3 weeks? Okay, yep, jobbers. That's who he's been going against for the last 3 weeks.
Okay.
Brock Lesnar was nowhere near that equation. I don't know how we got to that, but okay.
You knew who they were building it up to.
Okay.
Wait, Gleen, Cien Almas is suspended? Yes. He is suspended.
Drew
30 days.
started getting more over with the people when they stopped giving him a script.
What do they do
And
with
he
the...
started
Let me
to
tell you,
be
Elijah.
himself.
I'm going to share with you what's going to happen with that U.S. belt.
Charlotte's going to win it.
Charlotte Flair is going to win the U.S. Championship. Okay, I think she's either going to win the U.S. Championship or the Intercontinental Championship.
She's winning the U.S. Championship.
Don't know which one, but she's winning one of those.
U.S. Championship. That's the one I feel she's going to win.
And that makes more sense. She's going to challenge Andrade. You LOL, watch it. WrestleMania, she is wrestling for one of those titles.
100%. I agree with it. I think she's fighting for the U.S. title.
Vince doesn't like to be outdone. And the fact that Tessa won the title is now, Vince is like, hey, whoa. We're going to have a woman win a men's championship.
Even if it is just the U.S. title.
She's not a face. The Fiend or Brock. Flair versus Ripley.
It would be good, but it's not going to happen.
Not happening.
Oh.
She's going after one of either U.S. title or the Intercontinental title.
Yes. Agreed. 100% agreed.
I don't see her, I don't think the women's titles are that big a deal to her. And putting
shouldn't really be,
putting a
because in all
women's title on
honesty,
her really
it doesn't mean anything.
doesn't mean anything.
And it really doesn't. All it is to stack up the number of championship reigns she has so she can hit the number 16. That is all it is. None of her women's championship reigns thus far have meant anything, which really suck. Because the only thing they're focused on is getting her those 16 titles. That's all they care about.
So wait, that means Becky is fighting for the WBIC title next? No.
No. Charlotte's going to fight for the U.S. title. And then Becky will defend against, I don't know, Shayna will probably come out of the woodworks here in the next couple weeks. Someone's coming out of the woodworks to fight Becky at Mania in a big match. It might be Shayna. With the fact, okay, now that we've gone through the entire show, this is the entire show. Time to analyze things. With the fact that Becky is out here now saying she's beaten everybody who has wronged her, saying, those dopes in the locker room, I beat them all. I've beaten them all. And I did what I said I was going to do. So, with the fact that she's like that now, I give it 2 or 3 weeks. Shayna shows up, and she says, did you forget about me? Do you remember the Survivor Series match? Main event, It was you, me, Bayley. I pinned Bayley, but I beat you. So, you haven't beaten everybody. I'm here. I want to fight you again. I want that Raw Women's Championship. I think Shayna's coming out of the woodworks.
Probably.
That's what I think is going to happen.
Probably.
And with the fact that, like I said, that she's doing, Becky's like this whole cocky, I've beaten everybody that I need to beat. She hasn't beaten Shayna. Shayna's still there. She technically didn't get beat by Shayna. She didn't get pinned by Shayna, but she did get beat by Shayna. She lost that match.
No, that doesn't mean... No, that's not what that means, Elijah.
So...
Remember, Vince doesn't like to be outdone at anything.
No.
Nothing. And so, him going after, or having Charlotte go after either the U.S. title or the Intercontinental title, gets her one of the big titles.
So...
Charlotte wins the U.S. title and Andrade and her break the engagement.
Becky speaks. Hashtag the truth. No.
Becky's going to get beat, James. Just saying.
She hasn't beaten Shayna.
She hasn't beaten Ronda.
Yes, she did. Technically, she beat Ronda in the main event. It went down in the books as her beating Ronda. Were Ronda's shoulders pinned to the mat? No. That was not her fault.
Just saying.
It was the stupid ref screw up, and I don't think that was the way the match was supposed to end.
Yeah, well, hey.
I don't think that was the way the match was supposed to end. In all honesty, I think it was supposed to go like a couple minutes longer, but they might have been like, hey, let's finish this up. It's like 12:30. People want to leave.
Yeah, I think Becky's going to face Asuka again.
No one cares about Shayna. You think Becky's facing Asuka again?
I think so.
No.
That's where I'm telling you. That's where we're going to go.
I saw people say they think it might be Becky versus Charlotte versus Asuka. No, don't do that. Don't do that. I don't want to see another women's triple threat at Mania. I really don't want to see that.
Chill, man. WWE Women's Roster on Raw and SmackDown is bad. The problem is numbers. I've said this for a long time. Everybody wants the women's division to be pushed.
Okay.
And there's just not the numbers.
The issue is I think the women's division needs to be divided more evenly. Like I said, I was listening to Fight For earlier today, and they brought up a really good point that, like, they think the women's division, they have a lot of really strong women. It's just they need to be divided equally. And honestly, I feel the exact same way. I feel like the Raw roster has really gotten the short end of the stick. There might not be very many people on there right now. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I get it. There's like 4 women. But that's because that's the way they've been divided. There are not that many women on Raw compared to SmackDown and NXT, and I feel like they really do need to relook at their women's division, and...
Thank you, Maven. No, it's not Fight.
They need to redo their women's division and just redivide them up, because I personally don't think they're divided equally. I really don't. I think...
The thing is,
SmackDown's women's division currently, I feel, is better than Raw's. Currently. Now, NXT's women's division is better than both of them, which I get. But I think they need to divide them.
Hashtag give Dana a chance.
They need to divide them up so they're more equal and they, don't have some of the more crappy talent on the one show and have, all their superstars all on the same show. Like, to me, I don't think that's super cool. Like, I think they need to divide them up a little better.
Or just have a women's division like the WNBA division. Not wow. I don't know. I think they need to. Again, I've said this. They need to just put them all together. Put them all together and have a women's show.
Honestly, you know what I should do? I should do something where I show how I would divide up the roster and how I would use them. There's this wonderful splendiferous thing called 2K20. Maybe I should do that. Maybe that should be my show. How I'd book the women's division. How I'd book the entire division.
Well, I think one of the issues, again, it's numbers. The numbers aren't there.
I don't think it has anything to do with numbers. I really think they just need to divide them up better.
Okay, but if you have 12 wrestlers, 6 of them are hurt, that leaves 6 women. It just doesn't work. I mean, I don't know how you're going to split them up. Your 2 big stars are on Raw.
Okay.
Nia Jax is hurt.
But Nia Jax won't be hurt forever.
Okay.
So, they have people. Hey, all of the Riot Squad is on the same brand. When did this happen?
When they got traded for a first-round pick.
I remember when...
Just put all the women on the same thing.
Do it,
and they have their own show.
Honestly, I really just think the women's division needs to be divided up better.
Maybe it should apply for WWE.
That's what I think. Because,
honestly,
I feel like the women's SmackDown division...
Hashtag put Raw Women's Division with SmackDown. Boom, that's how you build a good division.
I think the SmackDown Women's Division powerful than
Okay,
the
why?
Raw.
Why?
They have Alexa, they have
Okay,
Bailey, they have
okay.
Carmella, they have Lacey, Mandy, Sonya, Nikki, Sasha. They have them.
They got 6. All right.
Okay, shush.
Go to the
that's
next
not
one.
I just think they need to be divided better.
Yes, the tag team division needs to be like they need to just all be on one show.
If you look at NXT, they have Aaliyah, Bianca Belair, Candice, Dakota, Deonna, Io. They have Dumb and Dumber, Casey Catanzaro, Mia Yim, Rhea Ripley, Shayna Baszler, Tainara, Tegan, Vanessa Bourne, Xia Li, and they have Shotzi Blackheart.
They use the women.
They
more.
have
The
many
thing is-
more.
Okay, but they use them more
I
too.
don't care. What I'm saying is I feel like they just
What
need
do
to
you
be
mean you don't
divided
care?
better.
If you're used more,
If
you're
you
gonna.
don't have your superstars on your shows, how can you use them? That's where I think they need to be divided up differently. So then, like, you don't have all of your women that aren't so great all
10
on
of-
Raw.
The thing is all 10 of the NXT women aren't superstars. They've gotten over because they've been pushed and they've been out there.
Okay.
That's why.
Okay.
They don't do that with Raw or SmackDown. They show the same women over and over again.
That's because all of the rest of them,
All the rest of them, what?
not so great.
Did you skip Dakota?
No.
Good, because James is going to go like post.
Raw has Asuka, Becky, Billie Kay, Charlotte, Kyrie, Lana, Liv, Maria Kanellis, who's currently out because she's having a baby, Naomi, Natalia, Peyton Royce, Sarah Logan, and Zelina.
That's 9.
They also will have Ruby Riott and Nia. So, I feel a lot of their more mid-card, lower-card talent has been put on Raw, which doesn't leave you much option. So, I think they need to split the women's division up a little differently. And
I mean, I don't know what you're going to do.
well, maybe I should just show you what I do.
Your 2 big stars are on Raw.
Why do you seem to think the only 2 big stars they have on Raw are Becky and Charlotte?
Aren't they the 2 big draws?
So what if they are? They also have Asuka, who's a big draw. They also
So
have Kyrie, who's a big draw.
All right, so your 4 big stars are on Raw.
Okay. So you have your 4 big stars.
Yep.
Then if I were to move over Bianca...
SmackDown had 6 wrestlers. And you're talking about how strong it is.
Yeah, because they are stronger than... personally, with what they do over there and their women they have, I think they have a stronger
No
division.
one wants to see Nia.
I think they have a stronger division than Raw does. That's
Alright,
my
well,
personal
whatever.
opinion. So, personally, I would split them up differently,
Yes.
and that's what I would do.
Yeah.
Okay? That's what I would do. I'd
Zack
split
Ryder
them
Hawkins.
up differently.
AOP, Viking Raiders. Uh-oh.
Oh, it's
You
'cause
just
of-
got flagged.
It's because of the ridiculous.
Hey, thanks for the follow.
Yes, thank you so much. So, let's just, we're going to go back a step here, just another minute.
I
Seth.
don't understand. It's one of those things that we sit here and we can talk about this, and they have to change things up to make it work.
Which is exactly what
Wait, what'd I do? I don't think it was you. I think it's just Streamlabs picking up on something.
Seth.
Oh, I know what it is. It's Riddick Moss.
Yes.
It's picking up the part of his name.
Yes.
So why it's doing that? I guess it's probably to, again, I think that it's like super sensitive. That's what I think.
Seth.
Just so you know, if you were to ever get banned, we'd bring you back in.
Yeah, we'll fix it.
Yeah.
Seth. And AOP.
Okay. Oh. So
say Rick.
say Rick. Yes. Say Rick.
So.
Don't say Riddick.
Guys, Seth.
They're not going to put Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler as they're going to have Shayna Baszler with Ronda Rousey. I agree. I think those when they bring her up, I think they will be together.
Seth.
But I think they should just have their own women's show.
Personally, that's not what I would do. But hey, I've had this argument many, many times. I would just split them up differently and I'd do different things. Okay, that'd just be me.
Yep. 2-hour show, women, and then that way the women would get their spotlight, they would get their shine on, and everybody would see it.
Mhm. Okay. So.
Why?
What? Are you talking about your show? Does that mean the women have a show?
Wait, new T-shirt. Wednesday it says Mania is not good.
I don't know. I just personally, I think giving the women their own show, not a step in the wrong direction, but I feel like it's not the step.
Here, we're gonna give you your own show. That's bad.
But what I'm saying,
we're gonna put you on TV. That's bad.
What I'd be worried about is not.
We're gonna put you out there to be stars. That's bad.
What I'm saying is, like, I feel like I'd be worried about it not getting, you know, the views that they want, you know, and I feel like if it's not on a network,
if you put on a good show, people will watch.
Okay, but if it's on the network and it's not on
Becky is
cable TV,
#the GOAT.
I feel like there might be some people
James would watch them.
That
if the women just had a show of their own, James would watch it.
I don't know. I don't think they need their own show. I think if they just use them better on Raw and SmackDown, there would be no problems.
Well, part of the problem is you don't do the crossover stuff, and they try to do this brand thing, which hurts them. And so I think that's one of the issues.
Which is why I split them up differently.
But you know, whether you split them up, I don't care how you split them up. You're still gonna have the same issue. And so
I'm sorry if WWE keeps adding shows. I don't know, because that's too much wrestling already. See, that's what I'm saying though. Is I would be worried that some people would just not watch it because it's an extra show and they don't want to take the time to watch it.
Okay.
So
my question becomes.
I don't know. I don't think giving them their own show, it's a step in the right direction, but it's not. At the same time, in my opinion, I don't think that's the answer here.
Well, everyone talks about it becoming too much wrestling. I mean, people will watch it. It's not like people aren't going to watch.
Okay, but what I'm saying is I just don't think taking them off of Raw and SmackDown.
I'll watch them and twice on Sunday. See, James would record it and then watch it twice on Sunday.
Like, I don't think doing that.
And if they were on Sundays, James would watch it 3 times.
I just don't think that's, like, the right step in the direction, you know? Like, I don't think it'd be bad, but I don't know. I don't think that's the answer. I think you just need to use them better on Raw and SmackDown. That's all I think you need to do. I don't think you need to take them off the show. And especially if they want to start going off on, oh, well, we're going to be there's no longer be the men's division and the women's division. We're all just going to be superstars. I think taking them off of Raw and SmackDown says something not so great. And if people are going to play that card, then I think you have to keep them on Raw and SmackDown together. So I don't know. I don't think taking them off is the greatest idea.
AEW is doing a second show. I might not wait. You might not watch After Dark. Is that what you're saying? I'm like confused by that. I've heard it's going to be After Dark is what the name of the show is going to be anyway.
Which is what their show is already called.
Yeah.
So.
And they're just going to put it on TV.
So.
Not the same night. It'll be on a different night.
Seth!
There's always room for improvement. Definitely in the room for improvement. And the 2 that are with Shayna, I don't know what they'll do with them if she moves up.
She'll take them with them because you know that's what she'll do.
I don't know.
Whether they wrestle or not, I think they're going with Shayna regardless.
Well, they might. I mean, they're just kind of stupid.
So,
I suppose if they're going to be like bodyguards or something, then I suppose, you know.
So, Seth.
Becky is going to have a new belt at the Mania called the WWE title. Yes.
Seth! I don't like what they're doing with him.
I do. I love it.
No, I really don't.
It's a legitimate heel.
He's not a legitimate heel.
Yeah.
I just don't want to watch him.
Do you like him?
No.
No, you don't.
But can I sit here and say the same thing about Baron Corbin? Do I like him?
No,
I don't like him, but that doesn't make him a heel. Okay?
What's wrong with Seth?
I just don't like this. Like, it's just not my cup of tea.
So at what point do people get tired? You know, it's like you have a guy that's a legitimate heel.
But he's not a legitimate heel,
He isn't?
Like, in my eyes, he's not. Because when I think of heel Seth Rollins, I think of, like, 2014.
I'm going to attack you and hit you in the back with a baseball bat. Oh, nope, you're not
That's what I think of. That's what Seth did. He hit somebody in the back, with a chair.
And now he's got AOP
That's
to help him
what
out.
I think of. When I think of heel Seth Rollins, this is just not what I envisioned for his heel run, and I just am not loving it. I don't know, it's just not my vibe, not my cup of tea. I mean, I think that's just the way it goes sometimes, but I'm just not loving what they're doing with him. I'm not loving, like, I feel like last night at the Rumble, having the whole AOP buddy Seth thing, like, I don't know. I don't love that was included in there. I feel like it almost took away from the Rumble match itself, having the whole AOP Buddy Murphy thing happening outside. I feel like it took away from that, and like I really didn't like it, and it really made me sit there and go, wow, I really dislike this Seth heel turn. Like, I really don't like it. So
I need some tea, thanks, Maven.
I don't know. It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
It's really not. I'm not loving it.
The whole like the title thing. Yes, they do have too many titles. For no more wrestlers than they have way too many titles.
For the people that
I would prefer. Okay, here's what I prefer. If you must have a champion on each show, have a Raw champion, a SmackDown champion, and then your world champion. Those three. And then have either the U.S. title or the Intercontinental title. And I suppose you can have both if you want to have both of them. The tag titles run across all divisions, or all shows. Get rid of, get rid of the all the tag titles. Just have one tag title, both running across all brands. And I think that helps out tremendously. I want them to get rid of the 24/7 and bring hardcore title back. I want them to just get rid of the title, period. Because the hardcore title isn't going to mean anything. They can't do hardcore matches.
That a lot more than the thing.
But you cannot. Okay, but having a hardcore title with today's wrestling, what WWE's trying to do, will not work.
Unless they changed it.
Okay? They're going to have to change their rating. They're going to have to change the way they're doing things to have a hardcore title.
So
now, if you want hardcore matches, you're going to have to go watch something else.
Yeah, I mean...
Go watch Major League Wrestling.
True. So...
Watch this week's Major League... Watch this week's Major League Wrestling if you want to see a hardcore match.
So, for the Seth thing, I'm just not loving it. But, I mean, to those who do like it, more power to you. It's just not what I envisioned for Seth's heel turn, and it's not really my cup of tea.
Now, AEW is a little bit that way.
What are your thoughts on the Seth heel turn and everything?
I like the Seth heel turn.
The Heth's heel turn.
The Heth's heel turn. I would have turned
Oh my gosh! Heth turned into a seal. Say what?
I would have turned him like the night after.
See, I might have.
Sorry, guys. Good night. Thanks, James. Have a good evening.
I might have liked it more.
See you Wednesday.
If they had done that, but
we will be here tomorrow.
We will.
Tomorrow's Tuesday.
Tomorrow.
NXT UK.
No, that's
Thursday. Never mind. We won't be here tomorrow. I lied to you. My bad.
NXT UK is on Thursday. You were partially there.
Yeah.
Partially there.
I want it to be Thursday, I guess.
Seth is a messiah of wrestling. Respect your messiah, man.
That's right.
See, like, I think that's why I dislike it so much. Is they're like, he's the Monday Night Messiah, and I'm just like, I just don't like it.
Anyway, as I was saying,
they say too much.
AEW, they have some. I mean, some of the stuff they do is borderline hardcore. Like I said, if you want to see hardcore, go watch this week's episode of Major League Wrestling and watch the main event. Do any of you watch Major League Wrestling? Gleen, well, we can do I'm trying to figure out what he's saying there.
How would you
we
book
can
Raw?
do how to book Raw tomorrow. We can do how to book Raw tomorrow. Yeah, got you. Makes sense now. Sorry, Elijah. I had to reread it like 3 times. My bad. So yeah, Jacob Fatu is awesome. Yes. I love the match this week was what's his name? I've heard of Major League Wrestling, but not watched it. I had not watched it, and then I watched it this weekend, and it's actually not too bad. I mean, and they've got some big names in it. MJF is in it. Davey Boy Smith's son is in it. Brian Pillman's son. One of the Von Erich's son is in it. MLW is what wrestling is missing. Yeah, I mean like I said, I haven't watched enough of it to get a huge opinion on it, but I did watch it this week, and I thought it was interesting. And also watch NWA. NWA Power, I think is done really good.
Booker T returns to the ring as team captain for Reality of Wrestling versus Ryan Davidson and the Renegades on Reality of Wrestling.
What is Reality of Wrestling?
I don't know.
Founded by Booker TSX in 2005.
So it's like Booker T's...
Gallows is a premier wrestling promotion and training facility located at... Well, there you are.
Huh. So it's like Booker T's like...
Love me some NWA. Yes, it's pretty awesome. That is his wrestling company. Yes, that's what we're looking at right now.
Interesting.
So Booker T is going to be wrestling February 8th.
That's cool.
Is it on TV? YouTube? No, but you can purchase tickets.
Yeah, I don't know.
Reality of Wrestling is a good show. Where do you see it at?
Interesting. So...
Where do you get it at, Zendo?
Booker T's going to be wrestling on it, so that's cool.
Is it on YouTube?
That's interesting.
YouTube? I'll have to look at it. Reality of Wrestling. Alright, I'll check that out.
Neat.
Alright. It's really good when you watch it. Booker T knows how to book better than Vince. Well, I'm sure he does.
Probably because he goes to, those pre-shows and does that one show, every month, and it's like, oh, what did I get myself into?
Do they, do the whole show? Or do they just have, certain matches?
Oh my gosh, guys. Wow, tonight's show was pretty good. Thoroughly enjoyed this round.
They do whole shows. Well, they skip 5 shows.
Whole show. Zendel said whole show.
Is it weekly? Do they do it every week?
Number Moon was there before going to WWE.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool. Neat.
I'll have to check this out.
Well, like I said, tonight's Raw was pretty good.
Great. More wrestling for me to check out.
Tonight's Raw was good. I enjoyed it. I didn't have tons of problems with it. Even though disagreement in the Edge thing. Like I said, I think that was done really well, and I really don't have a problem with the way they did it. I just can agree with the people on Twitter. That's all I'm going to say there. So, yeah. They are partners with Impact.
Oh, cool.
That's neat. So, I think that's pretty much it.
I see Impact got put back on, was allowed to be back on Twitch.
Twitch, yeah.
So, we'll have to watch that Friday nights.
Yes.
All right.
So,
I think
if there's nothing else,
pretty much, unless anybody else has anything else, but I gotta give Vince props to the one who's made wrestling what it is today, has built good matches. Yes, Vince made wrestling, well, I'm gonna be honest, I'll tell you.
Wait. Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan made wrestling what it is today.
I knew that's what I was gonna say. I knew.
And his Stone Cold thing was good. Yes. I'm just saying. Hulk Hogan made wrestling what it is today.
So, guys, I think that's it. We'll be back, not tomorrow, but Wednesday.
Eric Bischoff. No, not Eric Bischoff.
We will be back.
Not Eric Bischoff. You guys are cool. Hey, thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Hunter Slayer.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
We'll be back on Wednesday, correct?
Wednesday, we have AEW NXT.
Should be good. Should be exciting, interesting.
Recaps show.
Isn't NWA
NWA is tomorrow. We haven't decided if we're going to do a show on that yet or not. We're still discussing.
If we do a show, well, hey, we're here. But if
make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so you know when we do go live. Would you mind checking me out? We check out everybody. Doesn't mean we stick around. Just say it.
So we will be back Wednesday.
Cool meaning. It's cool or we dope as a group. We dope as a group, man. Cool. Is me.
Cold or.
Oh, he's wanting to know. I was trying to decipher what he was saying there. Are we Is it like cold?
Like
cool?
You know,
or is it like dope?
chilly,
We are dope
like
as a group.
Dope. We so dope. Yes. Yes. For life.
All right.
For
We're going to take off. We'll
life.
see you guys on definitely Wednesday. Hit that like, subscribe button so you know whether we go live or not.
Yes.
And, you know, follow us on Twitter.
Do the NWO for
right
life. There. I don't know how to do it. NWO.
Oh, wait. Can you see me?
For life. For life. NWO for life.
Yeah. What was that?
That was DX. I don't know.
You're confusing things. All right, we're out of here. See you guys later tomorrow or Wednesday. Peace out.
Guys.
We'll see if this works.